This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Stay tuned to later in the video for all the details.
I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Do you remember the big secret we've been keeping from you for the past few months? Good part of a year? Some of you have guessed what that might be, and you might be able to tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video. We bought a tiny home.
As Trevor said, we've really been thinking about this for the past year or so, but a few months ago we officially pulled the trigger. So exciting!
There's a big story to tell about this, and we will tell you that throughout the course of the video today.
Before we get into all the details, can we just talk about this setting? We are currently on Lake Ainslie, which is in the middle of Cape Breton. I think it might be the biggest freshwater lake in all of Nova Scotia. Definitely in Cape Breton anyway. It's about 10 minutes from Inverness. It's like really the most perfect, idyllic, quiet location. I love it.
I do have to say, it's been so great getting to spend all this time in Cape Breton. As of late, we've been here now for about a week, and you know, if you've been following us, we've been stuck in the city in Halifax on lockdown for a while, but does it ever feel good to be back out in nature? All right, so let's talk about why. Why did we buy a 284 square foot, I think it's just shy of 300 square feet, tiny home? Why did we do this?
Well, for one thing, we are not permanently moving into a tiny home. We're not going to sell our condo in Halifax and stop traveling, that kind of thing. It's really an investment is the main purpose.
Here's our grand idea here. We hope to get back out on the road and travel even more than we have in the past. So for all of you that have been asking, when are we going to travel again? Hopefully in the next few months, fingers crossed. But our idea is to rent our two places out while we're gone, while we're on the road. And what could be very fun about that is some of you could potentially come and stay here at our tiny home.
Yeah, so just to get a little bit more into that, people ask us all the time how we afford to travel.
Yep.
And to us, it's like we're not rich people. We just try to have as many multiple income streams as possible. And we're always thinking about stuff like that. We have a web design company, as mentioned before. We make money from YouTube.
Yep.
We rent our place out when we're traveling, and now we're going to have a second place to rent.
We sold our bigger place to basically buy two smaller places. And before our last big place, we owned a 2,400 square foot house. So yes, we have lived in big places, but we've been downsizing.
Throughout the years, we've continuously downsized.
To be honest, we absolutely love downsizing. It just feels good to not have all this clutter.
So that all being said, we're definitely going to be spending lots of time at our tiny home, probably more so in the shoulder seasons when, not all the tourists are here. We can come spend a few weeks at a time. Also means we'll be spending lots more time in Cape Breton, which is always good news. By the way, you've probably noticed that there is a tiny home right here. This actually isn't ours. We're staying here for a few days. It's going to be very, very similar to ours, so it's giving us a good idea of what ours is going to look like and feel like.
All right, let us try to explain some things here. Our current tiny home is being built in St. John, New Brunswick, actually. Do you remember now when we said we had to get to St. John? That's why.
Yeah, it's being built there.
But we couldn't get there because of COVID. Our plans got changed so many times.
But basically, the person that built this tiny home right behind us is the same person we're buying the tiny house from. So we've basically been trying to get to Cape Breton for all these months so we could come in, see what it's like inside, and get some ideas for how we want to finish the finishes, the floors, the ceilings, the colors, all that stuff.
So the big secret was we were supposed to reveal this video quite a few months ago.
Yeah, we wanted to do a whole series of videos about like it being built and all that stuff, but we still can't even get to see it right now, just photos.
So now we can at least show you the finished product. Like ours is going to look very similar.
Yeah.
So you'll get to see. We thought this would be a good way to show you guys. Before we head inside, we wanted to tell you about this week's sponsor, Skillshare.
Because we're soon going to have a brand new space to decorate, we figured we'd give ourselves a little bit of a head start and learn something about interior design.
This week's class is called Interior Design Basics, Simple Steps to Your Perfect Space by Lauren Cox.
When you see a well-designed space, it seems like it should be easy to accomplish by yourself, but in reality it's more difficult than you think. Lauren takes you step by step through the basics of interior design to make it feel simple and approachable. We learned about color, scale, and proportion, and how to determine our own design style. We now feel better prepared to start planning and decorating our new tiny house.
Skillshare is designed for you to get the most out of all of their classes. Most classes are under 60 minutes, which means you can quickly learn something today you couldn't do yesterday, with classes that fit your schedule and skill level.
Also, there are no ads and they are continuously adding new premium classes. It's very affordable for less than $10 per month on an annual subscription. The first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link below in the description will get a free trial of a premium membership so you can explore your own creativity.
A huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video and supporting creators like us.
Come on inside, let's show it to you. But in the meantime, I bet you a lot of you guys are catching this for the first time, maybe found it because it's a tiny home, maybe you're looking up stuff in Nova Scotia. So I'm Anna, Trevor is behind the camera. We are the Delightful Travelers. Typically we're traveling the world, but we've been stuck at home in Nova Scotia for the past year or so and decided to make this investment in a tiny house. So upcoming videos, there'll be lots of tiny house stuff, but there'll also be lots of travel content as well. Hit the subscribe, like, all the things. Leave us a comment.
Okay, let's start with the size of this place. It is 24.5 feet long by 8.5 feet wide. There's also a loft above me that you can probably see. It's also 8.5 feet wide, and it's about 9 feet in length. It's a lot of space, and it's very high ceilings. We absolutely are in love with it.
So this is the living room area. Ours will be very similar, but the slight difference is there's a lot of windows. Love how bright it is. I think we might have our door here and then one window over here, so that's a little bit different. Also, please note the cute little stove. We actually won't have this, but it is super adorable.
There's my hand for scale there.
Has anybody ever seen a stove that is that small? So in here they have a sofa. Not sure if that's a futon or not, but in ours we want to have ideally a sectional that goes into a sofa bed so that we can sleep extra people, or people that maybe don't want to go up into the loft can sleep down here. Some of the sectionals have like the chaise that pulls up and has storage in it. That would be extra handy, especially in a place like this where you have to take advantage of all the storage that you possibly can. Just having a hard time finding ones that would fit this way across, so we've been looking and looking and looking online, and hopefully we can order something somewhat soon.
One thing I absolutely love is the storage in this place. So these are the stairs that go up to the loft, but you can see they use everything. Like here's books, it's our speaker, and then under the stairs, and we won't have curtains in our place, but there are cubby holes, you can see, which is great. And then we have like a mini fridge, which is, there's another storage area underneath. So I just love how the fridge is up in the air and we don't have to bend down.
Yeah, so as Trevor said, this is probably the same type of fridge that we'll get. We do have a possibility of putting in a full size, or not quite a full size, but a longer one. But I really think for staying, a couple of weeks, you can make do with a fridge that size.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine. The kitchen itself will be very similar to this, I think. We're for now not going to put in an actual stove. I think it's going to be lined to have propane in case we wanted to put one in later. But for now, we're just going to do something like this with the 2-burner stove, and then I think a toaster oven so that people can bake.
Or an air fryer.
Or an air fryer. We did to notice that the air fryers seem to be like the super popular thing right now. A lot of toaster ovens have an air fryer inside, like it's built in, so we might do that.
So we do have a sink here, running water, of course. And then over this way, there is a table area. Ours will be set up different here too.
Yeah, so we're gonna have more of, I guess, like a bar area, like a higher table that doesn't come out as wide. It'll be built in, and then we'll have some bar stools here. And I think we'll probably do something similar with shelving over here if we can, to put glasses and cups and all that stuff.
So there's an area here right next to the table. This big white square is actually an electric heater, so we'll have this as well. And then they have some hooks, and this is where we're going to have to get really creative in our space once we get there.
Yeah, we're trying to think of or look up all the neat little, I guess, space-saving things we can do with hooks and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where we won't have a closet, we're going to have somewhere to put our clothes and all that. Haven't got to the bathroom yet. I think maybe only one of us can get in there at a time. It's pretty small.
I'll volunteer to show you guys the bathroom. Don't worry. So here it is. Say it's about 3 to 4 feet wide, but we have a low-profile sink here, which is great. And then we have a composting toilet. This thing is a game changer when it comes to tiny homes, I have to say. I'll try to explain how the composting toilet works. Basically, if you're a guy, you can't stand up to do number 1. So that's interesting itself. You have to sit down. When you sit down, there's an area in the front for number 1s, and there's an area in the back for number 2s. When you sit on the composting toilet, basically there's a vault that just opens up, and everything's in a composting bag. All the waste goes there. So there's no smell. I know people will say right away, can you smell it? No, there's actually a vent I don't know if you can see it there, but of course that vents all the smells out. It's an amazing invention. So there is, of course, a shower as well. Now they have kind of a little tub in this one. We're not going to have that. We're going to have like a glassed-in, walk-in, stand-up corner shower, I believe. And this sink will be smaller, so we'll have a little more space so we can pull that off. Not quite sure how I lost Anna in a small space like this.
Can you see me? Hi, I'm up here.
Let's go up in the loft. All right, what are you up to?
This is our loft space. I don't know if you guys remember, but last year we stayed in a tiny house that's actually right next door to here, also the same owner. The loft there was like this. You really have to crouch down. This is much better because you can actually sit up, which makes it so much more livable. It's awesome. Anyway, up here they have a 6-inch mattress, which I think is what we will get as well. It seems to be a good size. It's comfortable enough, like, quite comfortable, but like not as thick as a normal mattress. So it's great for not taking up too much space. So we're looking for one of those. In the back, they just have a curtain over there, but in ours there's going to be a bunch of shelves in the back as well. And there's also like plugs, there's 2 windows. It's lovely.
You may have noticed when I walked up the stairs there's no railing, so in our tiny home there will be a railing here so you can hold on and get up in the loft quite easily.
Alright, let's talk a little bit about colors and decor and that kind of thing, the way it's going to look. So it's going to be a little bit different than what they have in here.
Yep,
We want to make ours as bright and airy feeling as possible. So
yeah.
On the outside, we've actually gone with windows that are black around the frames, I guess you call it.
Black trim. We're still trying to figure out the color that we want our tiny home to be.
Yeah.
Do we want this color or maybe something stained a little more brown?
But here it's actually made of, so it will be cedar, but these are cedar, what are they called?
I forget what's shingles, I think.
Shingles, yes. Ours is not going to be shingles, so that, if it was, we'd probably stick with like the natural wood color, but it's like panels or
Yeah, so the idea
siding.
is we're going to have black doors, black windows, of course wood coloring on the outside, and inside all of our faucets and handles and things like that are going to be black as well. Now the walls inside here are made of pine, and our idea, well, first of all, what's neat about pine is some of like the knots show through. So our idea is to paint most of it white.
White, but a white that's almost transparent, so that you can still see the knots and all the basically what's in the wood. So the wood shows.
Our floor won't be this color either.
No.
This is really light in color. I'm not sure what it is, but ours will look a little more, I would say, neutral, light.
Yeah, and it's going to be vinyl.
It's
right?
going to be a vinyl, which is easy to clean. We used to have vinyl floors at our last condo that we owned. And then we'll have wood in here as well. So the stairs will be wood. We're still trying to figure out that
they
color.
might be the same, maybe as these ones.
Yeah, and then the kitchen countertop is going to match the stairs. So everything should be white with some pine knots showing through, some brown wood coloring, and then black.
And I don't know if you said that the kitchen cabinet. Maybe you did. Kitchen cabinets are going to be white
yeah.
as well. So basically all white and black.
Yeah, it'll make the space feel bigger, and there'll be so many videos of us eventually decorating our tiny home, and we will show you. We'll take you along the whole way.
So I'm just trying to figure out if we actually need anything. We do have a barbecue here, so I know you guys love it when we cook. So we're going to cook dinner tonight. We're going to barbecue. We're going to make something that's maybe not quite so traditional on the barbecue. Never done it before. It might be a complete failure, but it'll be fun. Anyway, we have to go into town, so we'll meet you back here. Well, right.
We're back. Well, to be honest, we did go into Inverness, and we went to the beach. We thought we'd take a little bit of a break, just because we've been doing so much work lately, and now I still have beach hair and I'm full of sand, to be completely honest, but someone else got a shower.
Yes, I am all nice and clean. By the way, we did get all of the groceries that we needed to make dinner tonight, and if you're like on the edge of your seat wondering what we're gonna make, we're gonna try quesadillas, chicken quesadillas on the barbecue. Has anybody tried this before? Could be an epic fail. I don't know.
Could be dangerous.
But anyway, one of the ideas that I had was to put a sauce on it with like some, make it out of a yogurt, like a plain yogurt. But I think I noticed there's some chives over here. At least, hopefully they're chives.
Let's find out.
Let's find out. Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
I'm pretty sure these are chives. Like, look at them. They look like chives, right?
They do look like chives.
Right. Well, I guess you'll know if we die from eating whatever these are, that they're not, but let's go for it. Taste test.
Sounds crunchy.
Tastes like oniony. It's definitely chives.
What a special place this is, though. Honestly, it's just so calm here at the lake behind us, and then, yeah, well, you know, there's the tiny home. There's what our tiny home is pretty much going to look like, but a little bit different. So, one thing I don't think we mentioned yet, now that I think about it even more, I know we haven't mentioned
You
yet.
guys are probably wondering.
Where's the tiny house going to go?
We're actually not sure, but we're going to devote a whole video to that next video. You'll get to find out, get all the details about what we're thinking.
Yeah.
Prospects. But what you guys might not know, if you're not into tiny homes or you haven't done much research, is that they're on wheels, so you can move them.
That's the thing. So a tiny home doesn't have to be on wheels, but it can be on wheels. So the fact that it is on wheels, we can put it wherever we want. We can move it whenever we want. Lots of flexibility. So we will get into that in the next video, I think, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about, we have a couple options, at least in Cape Breton, and we might just go for it.
Don't give it away.
I'll give you guys a quick update here. We got some rice happening. This is getting close to being finished. It's kind of like a medley of secret sauce in there. I think it's gonna be good. It's brown rice, so it takes a little longer to cook. And then on the grill, we got some chicken breasts going on. So the idea is we're gonna take this chicken inside and then shred it up and then take the quesadillas out here and try this.
All right, we've got our quesadillas ready to kind of fold over. I've never done it like this, but this seems to be the trendy way to do quesadillas. So we have our peppers that we put on the barbecue. I made a sauce out of yogurt, so plain yogurt, the chives that we picked, put some spices in there, like some chili powder, there's some garlic powder, and some smoked paprika. This is a Tex-Mex cheese, so it's got some spice in there, and then of course our chicken. So we have to fold it by quadrant. I've never done this before.
You're very brave.
Let's try it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are they ready?
One. Oh, little bit overboard, but not too bad. So one quadrant over.
Yeah. Keep
Second
going.
one. Oh, that wasn't too bad.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe I shouldn't have put the chicken in this one.
No, that's okay. No, it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work.
Okay, so we're gonna butter. We don't have any like spray or anything or oil, so we're gonna, I think, butter each side and then put that
But
on the barbecue like that.
I just want to say that worked better than we thought.
Yeah.
Well, they're on. They're looking good. I don't think I'm going to be able to flip these just, well, for obvious reasons, it's all just gonna fall apart. I'm just hoping I can get them off the grill. The rice is almost there.
All right, that took longer than expected, which is always the case when you
Always
make
the case.
something new, but we're ready to eat. Can't say if it's 100% a success yet. We couldn't flip the tortilla or the quesadillas,
Well-
but I think it'll still be good. I see the cheese is all melted.
Yeah, the idea was to flip the quesadilla, but then of course one side of the quesadilla is completely open. So we got out there. I was like, I can't flip this. We're just gonna,
Yeah,
you know,
and we made some rice as
gonna
well.
break apart.
So it's kind of a Mexican style rice. It's brown rice, just to be a little bit healthier.
I'm going for it right now.
It's got some onions and some garlic and some, just sort of like a homemade taco seasoning on it.
Now, what is this sauce for?
Oh, it's just a little extra of the sauce that we put inside the quesadilla. So if we want to dip it, you can do it.
Oh, there are some black flies coming out right now. So,
Yeah.
if you happen to be wondering, in Nova Scotia, especially in June, a lot of black flies.
Yeah, but
We've-
today was a really hot day and they weren't around, but I feel like now that it's cooling off, they're all coming out to play.
Mmm. Oh, that's so good. It worked out well. The bottom's so crispy, so you know tortillas are soft.
Yeah, you don't even notice that the top's
Worked
grilled.
perfectly. Chicken's cooked to perfection. We always want to cook chicken low and slow. The veggies are nice, and then the sauce, whatever the secret sauce is good.
That was way better than I thought it was going to be.
We thought actually this might not work, meaning we never tried to barbecue a quesadilla before on an actual barbecue.
Even when I thought we couldn't flip it, I was like, this is a fail. But no, it tastes really good.
Well, here we are. This is the next chapter of the channel. This is what we've been keeping from you. Apologies for that, by the way. That wasn't our plan to do that for so long.
We didn't want to be so cryptic, but we just didn't have anything to show you, and we didn't want to do a video sitting on a couch talking about our tiny house that we
No.
had no pictures, no like anything about.
So when the lockdown lifted, we thought we'd come up right away, stay in a place that's built by the same person that's going to build our tiny home, and we thought we'd stay here and show you. And this was the time because we can't wait any longer. To be honest, we had to tell you.
We literally almost booked this like 5 times, and every time we did it, it was like a snowstorm or a lockdown or whatever. So we finally, the moment they opened up Nova Scotia, we were like, okay, we're coming to Cape Breton.
So this is it. How exciting is this? We've been planning this for a while. For all of you that have been watching for years, thank you for following along. Everyone that's new, thank you as well. This is the next chapter. I mean, part of the next chapter. You're going to
it's
see
not
it.
everything. It's not like
Nope.
we're going to start living in a tiny house permanently, and that's
No,
what our
not at
channel's
all.
going to become. But we're going to travel and we're going to keep coming back to this place. So it'll continuously be a part of our story for the foreseeable future.
Probably as long as we have the channel,
Yeah.
I would imagine. So, if you're new around here, Trevor, Anna, delightful travelers, thank you for watching. Leave us a comment, like the video, let us know what you think. Hey, share the video, that helps get the word out there. But for now, we're gonna go inside. We gotta clean up. We just ate dinner, and we just need to sit down and just take all this in, because this is the first time it's really sinking in that
Yeah.
this is happening.
Yeah.
We own a tiny home.
We haven't been doing this lately, but in the next video, we will be talking about the potential places to put our tiny home.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that if you're wondering where it's going to go, because who knows?
Wow. I'm just glad winter's over, and here we are back in summer, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel with all this COVID nonsense.
Yes. All right, guys, that's it.
From Inverness, or Lake Ainslie, and Cape Breton, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.
Oh,